Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And you know, I can't believe that it's been 3 years since I started this YouTube journey. It has been a learning experience from day one. And first, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm at almost 1,400 subscribers. I was able to get monetized this year. And they say if you're slow and steady, you win the race. And I feel like I'm doing pretty good. It has been a slow growth, and that's fine. I'm very pleased with it. I'm still having fun with it, and that's the biggest thing. So again, thank you guys so much for subscribing, sharing the videos, and your comments, and being engaged with the channel. I love it. Thank you guys. I have to say, it has been so much fun sharing the things that I do with the truck, whether it's the back roads in Wisconsin and Minnesota, hitting the roads in Colorado, getting out there and doing the mods that you can do on the truck, making it better off-road. I've just had a great time doing it, and I hope I am creating content that you find worthwhile and enjoyable, and I want that to continue for 2025. You know, having this channel for 3 years has also been a learning experience for me. I'm discovering how the algorithm works. I'm putting different content out there that works and doesn't work. You know, sometimes I'll create something that I think is going to be great and it flops. And sometimes I'll create something that I don't really have any expectations and it does really, really well. So it's just been a learning experience understanding how YouTube itself works. And I'm going to learn a lot more in the next coming years. As long as I'm having fun, I'm going to keep doing it. All right, well, let's take a moment and quickly talk about last year, because there are some things that I did that were on my list and some things that weren't on my list. And there were some things on my list that I didn't get to. I got some notes here, so bear with me as I look at them. But some of the things that were great and fun and brought a lot of joy to me and hopefully to you were some of the trips I did last year. More Expo in April was great. I met some new content creators, made some new friends. And together we all kind of helped support the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children as well. So that was important. It's coming up again in 2025. I'm not sure if I'm going to go this year. I might have some other plans to do. I've got some things in the works. But for 2024, the More Expo was fantastic and a great opportunity and a great experience. I was also able to do some other adventures as well. I ran the Southeast Minnesota Adventure Trail. It had been on my list for a couple years, and I was glad to get that. And get that one done. It's a beautiful drive. If you get a chance, you should do it. The family and I, we also took a driving trip out to San Diego, which was fun. Now, it wasn't an overland trip, and we didn't camp, but it sure was a great opportunity to drive through Colorado and Utah. You know, we went through Moab and Bryce Canyon and Zion, through Vegas and all that whole area. And I had never been through Arizona and New Mexico as well, so it was great, a first-time experience for me in some areas and for my wife and my stepson. So we had a great time doing that. Some other things that I was able to do last year is, again, hit lots of back roads and some minimum maintenance roads and obviously the Wisconsin rustic roads. And then I had Core Expo in September. And again, another great experience, meeting some Midwest campers here and just getting out and exploring that area that's beautiful in the Keweenaw Peninsula up in the UP. I'm going to try to do that one next year. It's really worth it. It's beautiful, fun people, a great time. And especially when you go in September, the bugs aren't bad. And again, it's just a gorgeous place to be. So I got that on my list for next year. Hopefully I can do it. We'll see. In the past year too, I was able to do more modifications on the truck. One of the big ones, probably the biggest one, was redoing the suspension of the truck. I pulled off the puck leveling kit, and I was able to go with the All Dogs Off-Road heavy-duty springs in the front, and then also put on their heavier leaf springs in the back. And that really made a difference in the truck. It got rid of the coil bucket knock I was having. It got rid of some of that irritating squeaking that was going on with the suspension. And just overall, it handles the truck and the weight on the truck so much better. With the aftermarket bumpers in the front and back, and the steel skid plates and the topper, I was really putting the stock suspension to its max. So putting this other stuff on there really made a difference. So again, I've got a lot of potential to carry a lot of stuff with this truck. So it's ready to hit the trails. The other thing I was able to do was get the Rhino platform put onto the topper, which I have. That was great because now I can put my storage boxes up there. I put my Max Tracks up there. So that was another great addition that I was able to get done. This year, I don't have a whole lot of mods planned. I may come up with some ideas to help keep things from rattling around in the bed and rolling around while I'm on the trails. And then I also probably need to do some maintenance on my rock sliders. They're rusting pretty good, so I need to pull those down and paint those. But for the most part, I don't have a whole lot of mods planned for the truck, so that means more time getting out there, getting on those back roads, and exploring the dirt and the parks and the places in the Midwest and hopefully farther. So the first thing I want to do for 2025 is get some of those things that I didn't finish last year completed. I want to update my home business website. I want to get either a page on that website or a new website created for First Path Frontier. There's some potential here to have some content for you guys on there. And then also, I want to get that Part 107 for my drone. I really enjoy including it when I can, but I need to get that included now that I'm monetized on YouTube. So in 2025, I've also got some trips planned. Probably closer to home. I don't really have any really long ones planned, but I definitely want to hit some areas that have been on my bucket list. And one of them is Lowe's Hills in western Iowa. It's kind of a unique area that is just this silty sand that's piled up in these hills that are 2,500 feet above sea level. And it's just a beautiful place where the plains start. You'll see buffalo and wild grass, and they have these interesting Class B roads where you have trenches that are 20 feet high, and it's just a unique place to explore. So I'm looking forward to getting down there. So another adventure I have planned for this year is the Minnesota border-to-border route. I'm going to run it east to west, and it starts up in Pembina, North Dakota, which is like right on the Canadian border and right next to Minnesota. I'm going to run it west towards Lake Superior. Should probably take about 3 days. The first part is mainly going to be a lot of farmland, but then it's going to turn into some great Minnesota wilderness. Lots of forest roads. It's probably some tricky forest roads. I've heard some things about that route, so I'm looking forward to discovering it in the truck. The other thing I want to do is I also want to hit some more of those historic and interesting rustic roads in Wisconsin. I've got quite a few more to do. I think I've done probably 10 to 15 in the truck, which means there's like 100 more to do. So there's lots of opportunities there. Now, there's another place that I'd like to explore this year, and that is in central Kansas. Now, why would I want to explore central Kansas? Because it's the home of the Flint Hills, an area that is rich with our Western history, American history, and just the topography itself is very different compared to anywhere else in the country. It's not very mountainous, but it's beautiful grasslands, and there's some unique rock formations that are there. And again, it's just a great way to explore an area that we often fly over and ignore. So there's a lot to offer in the Midwest. You just have to get out there and see it. You may remember that last year I mentioned a kind of a border to lake route that would go across central Wisconsin. I'm going to keep working on that. I'm almost getting close to the point of going ahead and test running it. It basically runs from Hudson all the way to Escanaba. 7 sections. You can probably do 2 a day depending how fast you want to go. So it's probably a 3 or 4 day trip depending how much sightseeing you want to do, if you want to stop and fish or do anything like that. But it's going to run through probably a dozen different national and state forests and just, experiment and play in that area in the northern half of Wisconsin. As I get closer to getting it finalized, I'll let you know. But it's definitely something that I need to test run because I want to make sure we're not on private property or we're hitting all the trails that we can hit legally with a vehicle and not on, snowmobile trails or just ATV or motorcycle trails. Again, that's going to be a process in the works. I'm hoping to have some things more solid and prepared by the end of the season this year. So I've been seeing other videos on YouTube about what is your word for 2025. I guess for me it's going to be involvement, but I have to do it in a way that is a balance between my hobbies, my work, and my family. Now I want to be more involved with my work because I want to get the website updated, I want to build clients, and I want to make sure that I'm producing the commercial stuff that I do that is stuff I can be proud of. I also want to be more involved in terms of my hobbies, which obviously is the First Path Frontier stuff. I did get monetized, but there's no way I'm going full-time. It's a hobby. So I want to be able to build on that, become more involved with other folks who like to get out there and hit the trails, and then also probably get more involved with other content creators. Maybe do some trips together, maybe do some things like that. And then I also want to make sure that I'm also involved with my family. I can't just do the work and the fun. I want to go out there and have a great time with my family, with my boys and with my stepson and my stepdaughter out in California and my wife. And, it's just finding that balance. And involvement is going to be the big part of that. I want to be involved in all of it. I just can't run out of time. So I don't know, I guess that's 2025 for me. I want to be involved with a lot of different things. I want to grow. I want to experiment. I want to play, and I want to create content that you guys enjoy. And I hope I can do that. I hope next year I'm sitting in the same chair, or maybe a new office chair, because this one's getting pretty old. And I'm looking back at the year and saying it was such a great year and I got a lot of things accomplished. It's hard to find that balance when you're involved with all that kind of stuff, like work and play and family. But, if you prioritize it right, if you do it right, and you find that balance, you can do it. And it's going to be a good year, and I'm hopeful for that. So until the next video, you guys go get lost on some beautiful back roads, and I'll see you later.